Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Drew, with another video, and today I thought I'd like to share with you a couple of my own personal scary stories. So, if you've watched all of my videos so far, you'll know that me and my brother, TK Matrix, aka Kennedy, did a little certain experiment the other night that didn't go the way that we had thought that it would. Check this.
I haven't been videoing the whole.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah, I know. Wait, hang on.
YOLOing the shit out of it.
Oh shit. Alright, so it videoed for 29 seconds and then. Did you turn my phone off? Bro, I ain't moving it.
I'm not moving it, Kennedy. Kennedy?
I'm not moving it, dog. Swear to God. Oh shit. I'll let you ask the next one.
Ow. Felt like someone just pricked my middle finger. I know. Crazy, right? So, I decided to tell you of the events that led up to this night happening. So, without further ado, welcome to iDrew TV's very first paranormal story time. It all started back about this time last year when I had my own Ouija board. I did eventually get rid of it. I used it 3 times and nothing happened. And the last time that I used it, I was able to get through just barely. Enough to get a name. It spelled out ZEA. And it basically told me that it didn't want to talk to me. It would rather talk to my brother. After that happened, I wound up saying goodbye. I had a friend that was more into the spiritual realm. He was into the mystical shit. So he said that he really wanted it and he felt like it was calling to him. So naturally, I had no use for it. I gave it to him. And that seemed to be the end of it until I moved out of my parents' house this February. Now, this is the first time that I've ever moved out to live on my own. I've always had a roommate or something, but this February I moved out into my own place where it was just me. And when I paid the rent and the woman was giving me a tour of the place, in the middle of pointing out everything wrong with this hellhole that she was trying to sell me, that I was stupid enough to rent anyways, she told me just out of the blue and randomly, there was a man that died here from a heroin overdose, but don't worry, the house isn't haunted. And if you look in this room, the carpet's blah, 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 blah. It just goes on. Like, nothing was out of the ordinary with that. Well, a few days later, another neighbor came through and introduced themselves and told me that there was someone that died in the house. And I said, yeah, I know. What's her face told me. And they said, oh no, we were talking about my brother who died in the living room in a recliner, and nobody knows the reason why. He just died one day at 40 years old. Now, that creeped me out, but for a few months nothing happened. I was living peacefully. The neighbors didn't bother me after that, and then things started getting a little bit weird shortly after I got my first furniture. Now, I had some friends that were gracious enough to go look for furniture for me because when I moved out, I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they brought me a couch and a chair. And the same week, my dad got me a dog to keep as like a little companion because it was getting really lonely. And this is when things started getting really messed up. I was sleeping in my room with the dog, and I had a dream the first night she was there that I was being sucked back into the master bedroom, and I could feel a million hands pulling me back, but I couldn't see them, and I was floating all around in the air, and they dropped me, and I felt like a million spirits just piling down on me, and when I woke up, I could still feel it. Now I had to just tell them they had no power over me, tell them to go away, they weren't welcome into my house, and eventually it literally felt like one by one, then two by two, then 10 by 10 until they were all gone. It felt like they were flying off of me. Now that happened twice, those kinds of dreams. And some people want to shake it off as sleep paralysis. I would be very glad to do so if it weren't for other things that happened. There was one night, and I believe that it was Mother's Day. My brother came over, I made supper for my mom, and my brother was just chilling at my house with me. And he left at about midnight, and I stayed up and laid on the couch and fell asleep watching TV, and the dog was running around like crazy. And she just stops and looks at me and barks. And I hear someone talking, and I sit up, like, what was that? Thinking maybe, I just almost fell asleep. Maybe it could have been like I was about to fall into a dream state and I was hearing things before I was seeing them. I don't know. So I decided just to brush it off and watch TV, and I drowsed off again, and then I heard it. Some man yelled in a disembodied voice, "Get that thing out of my house." Fucking creepy. I woke up, I put the dog in her room, and I went to bed. After the first few nightmare incidents, I decided to give the dog her own room. So we never actually slept together after that in the same room. But, so, yeah, that was really freaking crazy. And then the last night that I was there before I moved over to where I live now, which I currently live with my brother, we're roommates now. The last night that I stayed at that house, I couldn't let the dog just run around because I had everything cleaned. I didn't want her to mess anything up, so I kept her in my room so if she made a mess, I could instantly clean it up. And I started falling asleep, and I heard someone say my name, a male voice, say Andrew. And I opened my eyes and I looked around and I thought, well, maybe it's one of those sleep instances again. Maybe I almost fell asleep. And then I laid back down and I heard it say it again, but louder. Andrew! And I turned around, and as soon as I looked at my dog, she started whimpering. And I keep a fan. Hang on. I sleep with a fan beside my bed. So, I had this fan on a barrel. And it was strapped to a barrel because sometimes the fan would shake so hard that it would knock itself off. But the barrel had tons of crap in it. And it was so heavy that this was practically impossible. But as soon as something yelled Andrew and my dog started whimpering, not just the fan, but the entire barrel connection itself just fell over backwards like someone pushed it. That really freaked me out. Now, since I've been living at my brother's house, nothing weird has happened until the Ouija board incident. And now crazy things are happening all the time. My girlfriend took this picture recently. And to top that off, the other night when I was at work, I was telling some friends about my YouTube channel. And they were like, they were cutting up about it. They didn't know to take it too seriously or whatever. And one of the operator guys that was in the break room with us overheard our conversation and came up to me and said, "Have you really been playing with a Ouija board?" And I said, "Yeah, me and my brother used one for a YouTube video." And he said, "I didn't want to freak you out. I tried to roll this off as a coincidence, but hearing all that is really starting to give me cold chills, and I think that it's at least something you should know in case you want to do something about it." So I'm like, all right, well, tell me. And he said that twice the night before while I was at work, the machine stopped at 3 6s. Now they have this display screen, and it has numbers going all the time, certain percentages and speeds and whatever. I don't understand how they work. But he said the moment that I walked by, the display screen read 3 6s and then shut off. He said the first time it happened, he thought, man, that is weird coincidence. He said, but it wasn't the only time it happened. It happened twice that night. Yeah. So, needless to say, some crazy things are going on, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys have any haunted stories that you'd like to share with me, leave it down in the comments. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to making a whole lot more. I have a lot of great ideas. I'm sorry that I haven't been on for a while, but I've been at work. I work certain shifts. I'm off 2 days 1 week, and then I only work 2 days 1 week. So it's back and forth every other week, and work has just been crazy. The weekend I haven't been able to upload much, but hopefully I can find a way to, work that out. But I do have a lot of great ideas, and I'm really excited for it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the story time. And if you have any suggestions for, if you want me to read your stories, or if you just have a story that you want me to read, that you want to share with me, make sure that you let me know. And if you like this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more videos like this. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna go, but once again, thank you for watching iDrew TV, where the I really does stand for insanity.